Let's get in some global perspective now. States Freeman, Senior MD at Glass Ratna Advisory and Capital Group is now joining us. States, thank you so much for taking our time for us. What do you make of the global developments that are happening on the tariff? Again, that's creating big uncertainty in the markets.
Well, I think we're going to have to see what happens particularly when the U.S. market opens up in the morning. This is sort of not positive news in terms of the sense of overall progress that's been portrayed in terms of discussions and a so-called truce going back to December between the U.S. and China.
What, according to you, could have led to this seismic shift? Because up until now, the markets and most experts were pretty bullish about the trade talks coming through.
Well, it's been pretty positive, and we had seen a slowdown, you could say, of sort of aggressive talk coming out of both countries. And, maybe part of it is that Trump feels that the U.S. economy is very strong. We have had a lot of positive news, particularly last week. And maybe he's emboldened and feels that this is the time to act.
Right, but what do you make of the recent rally that has been seen in the market? That leaves no room for disappointment, whether it's about oil prices going up, whether it's about inflation going up, or what's happening with global trade tariffs.
Well, I think it has to do more with inflation, expectations that the Fed is not going to raise rates anytime soon. Although the Fed said that the fact that we're slightly below the target of 2% is transitory, but that it's going to be relatively stable. Rates will be stable, and this provides a lot of confidence. The overnight rates that banks earn from the Fed was adjusted slightly. So I'm not sure that we're really focused at the moment, at least in the U.S. side, on oil prices and the way that they affect, emerging markets countries, particularly India, as a big importer.
So, economists have often blamed the U.S.-China trade war because of a slowdown in the economy, in big economies of the world. But this kind of a development could further dent, especially China, right?
I think it could affect, frankly, industries in the U.S., depending on China's reaction. For example, the agricultural business, the dairy business, has been in a real trough, so to speak, here in the U.S. Milk prices are very low, and we're just seeing, an increase in soybean exports again back to China, and China can retaliate. And I think the fact that there's talks about canceling the meetings entirely indicates the importance to the leadership in China to project strength to its own people and to not create perceptions that the Trump administration can push China around.
All right. Thanks, Ed, for joining in and sharing with us your perspective.